What's up guys, it's Average Joel making average content for the average viewer, and today I've got a banger of a Battlefield 2042 tips and tricks video. Usually how these things work is I use all of my knowledge as a ginger bearded, slightly chubby builder to bring you my absolute best tips and tricks for Battlefield 2042. However, today is something very different and very special. I realised that over the past 10 days or so we have managed to build an absolutely amazing little Battlefield community right here on this channel, and as the old saying goes, 19,495 brains are always better than one, especially when that one brain is mine. So I asked you guys for your best Battlefield tips and tricks in the community post, and today I want to give credit where credit is due and share as many of these tips as I possibly can. Before we get into it, I just want to say that we are so close to our sub goal of 20,000 subscribers by Christmas. I can almost taste it, and I'm starting to warm up my slapping hand for winning this slap bet. So if you haven't already and you enjoy this content, then it would be absolutely incredible if you'd subscribe and enter this amazing community that we are creating. But with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So our first tip comes from Tommy Carton, who says, use specialists correctly. Use a med box or stim as Angel. Have infinite heals and ammo. With a proc sensor, your XP will shoot up. Use Falk as an aggressive tank hunter with heals and a recoilless M5. Always use McKay in Manifest. Zip up to the crates and get the drop on the enemies. Sundance is also great for vehicles with her grenades, and Dozer is great in Hourglass or Breakaway for open spaces. Pair him with an SVK and the 6x scope and you'll be more effective than a sniper. And one final thing from Tommy, which I actually didn't know myself, is that Pike's scanner will also show you on the minimap for a few seconds for the team, so be very careful using her. That one in particular I found extremely useful because it pretty much means that Pike is no longer viable as a stealthy character. So anyway, do with that what you will. Next, we have a short little tip from Malfire760. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there, dude. I'm trying the best that I can. And he just says, drop ammo or med boxes everywhere you go and it will get reciprocated, meaning that team play can exist in Battlefield 2042. Who'd have thought? Next, we have Addison396, who says, out of ammo, swapping to another mag type gives you more ammo. And so by extension, if you have 3 ammo types unlocked, if you think you're not going to want to use the other 2, you should add them anyway just in case, and you will never run out of ammo again. I think that a lot of people have realised this from the beta, however a lot of the new players and some of you guys as well might not realise that when you swap your ammo type, your ammo then shoots up to full whilst you are using that magazine, and then again if you swap it again, meaning that you can pretty much have an unlimited supply of ammo for any length of kill streak. Okay, next we have Sleazy DZX, and he says, I don't know if this is a tip, but one thing I do with Sundance's smart grenades is to throw the anti-armor at helis to make them use their flares so that I can hit them with my AA launcher while their flares are recharging. This is similar to a tip that I mentioned in my video about destroying vehicles, and one thing that I do want to add to this is that even if you don't have the AA launcher, if you are using Sundance, 9 times out of 10, if you throw one of those grenades at a helicopter, it will at least make it bugger off for 5 minutes, giving you room to breathe, recharge, and maybe gather some friends to take out his pesky little ass when it comes back. Next we have Cyrus Phillips, who says set your grenades to instant with R1. This makes throwing them much faster and easier, as well as being more accurate. This does mean that you'll have to set pinging up on the D-pad though. However, I think for a lot of people by this stage, coming from other games like Warzone for example, are quite used to using the D-pad for pinging, and having that grenade throw on the bumper is going to be so much more useful. This as a tip for myself actually, I don't do this and I still press up to equip the grenade and throw it like that, but I think that I will be using Cyrus's tip here because I think that this is super helpful and will actually lead to a lot better gameplay. And next we have 2 tips from Darfellow. The first one reads, how about if you're going to lead a squad, mark the objectives you would like everyone to try and capture. If you don't know how to mark anything, ask someone or pass the lead. Now I do just want to add something onto this because he has said said, if you don't know how to do it, ask someone, and as we know at the moment, you can't ask anyone in Battlefield 2042 because they would rather that we didn't speak to anyone and we just remain solo, isolated introverts. However, what I will say is that all you have to do is ping the objective that you want someone to attack. If you are the squad leader and you're playing on, say, an Xbox or a PlayStation, all you have to do is press RB, or if you've used the tip from earlier and swapped it to the up on the D-pad, you press that whilst you're aiming at the objective you would like your squad to go and attack. This is absolutely brilliant for coordinating your squad if you are not on comms with each other, and can really lead to some awesome plays, but also can make taking objectives, especially in Conquest, really easy, and in turn make it very easy for you to win the game. If you have enough squads communicating like this, the game will flow so much better. As for his second tip, it was simply flank, and flank some more. Stop running straight at the enemies 10 times in a row, thinking that you might get it this time. And to that I say, well, as you can probably see in the background, and as you can probably tell from the videos I've made in the past, I fucking love flanking. Now the next tip comes from Slayan, and this is quite a meaty tip, but actually upon reading it I've realised how valuable this tip is. And it reads, using the vehicles to their strengths is better than going in headfirst fishing for kills. For example, slow vehicles should not go directly against infantry. Troops in this game move fast, outnumber you, and have a lot of different anti-armor weapons at their disposal. Tanks are great against enemy armor at mid-range and long-range battles. The Wildcat is underrated for anti-air. The heat-seeking missiles have a vastly longer target range than shoulder-mounted launchers. Also, have an infinite supply of rockets. The 20mm cannons are devastating for air and some light armor vehicles, but lack accuracy against infantry. If you put yourself in the right position, you can lock down an area from enemy support, but your heat seekers will target them before they can target you. Right, so that is obviously such a valuable tip. It's great to have some insight into actual vehicle play. I myself am predominantly an infantry player, and when I do happen to jump into a vehicle from time to time, if it's not a helicopter, which I've put a bit of practice into, I am often lost with how I best fit into the game. I don't exactly know the best role for each tank, and as such I quite often end up dying. However, upon reading this tip, I will definitely think about the strengths of the vehicle that I am choosing and then use that vehicle accordingly. And finally, we have one tip, which was actually the first tip that was left on this page, and it's from Taish V, which says, don't play it. That's my tip. Wow. Thanks, Taish. That's really great. Look, I'm sorry if I didn't get around to reading out your tip on this video, and I'm sure I will make more similar videos to this in the future. I'm just so grateful that so many of you decided to interact with this post and give me some of your best tips. I think that creating a community is going to be so important for the longevity of Battlefield 2042, and I'm so pleased to be able to host such a community for you guys. You are all absolutely awesome. But anyway, that's about it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this style of video, as I'm sure I'll be making more collaborative projects in the future. But for those of you guys who have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Would you rather everything you ate tasted like shit, or would you rather that everything you ate actually was shit but tasted really nice? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.